Hey friends, so today I want to talk a little bit about my last year, or this year, like an end of year roundup, whatever you want to call it. Like the things I learned this year, maybe things I'll do next year. So, but it's like really off the cuff. So I started this year writing in a way that I didn't really write before. In the past, I wrote mostly like informational knowledge type stuff, but this year I started writing more, well, I would say authentic, like more personal stories, and then attaching a lesson to it, but not in like a sermon way, but just like me telling a story about my life, um, usually in a light-hearted way, with some humor and just well the way I like reading stuff. So and really caught on in some way. I saw lots of people replying and saying they liked it, and but I haven't written. So I did it every week at the start of the year, but then I think on average now my writing has been averaging like I think like every 2 or 3 weeks, not counting this challenge that I'm doing now where I write every weekday. So I like continuing on with the more personal memoir slash article like stuff, or essay, or however you want to call it. Sorry, I'll turn off the washing machine. Okay, I'm back. Washing machine was finished and beeping in the background, which is very annoying. Where was I? Yeah, so that's my writing, which I think I'll continue with, but I'm also more and more feeling that YouTube is maybe a cool medium to create stuff in, or like video, whether it's on YouTube or maybe on Substack, doesn't really matter that much, but I like talking like this. It's less effort for me. It also means maybe that it's not as well edited or scripted is not the right word. Polished. Well, not that polished as my writing, but it does mean I can maybe get more ideas and stories out there. So maybe I think I'll experiment with doing both of them. So the challenge that I'm doing now, creating something every weekday, I'm more and more making videos to get comfortable with making videos and getting the process better in my at my fingertips, to also improve my speaking. What else? I wrote down a few notes or a few bullet points. Yeah, of course. So in early May, I went to Austria to meet Eyal and Nico, two friends from Twitter, now real life friends, which is really cool. I had a lot of fun and got to play in a way that doesn't really happen in like my local area, because well the vibes and in the Twitter sphere that I'm at are like more like my how do you call it, intellectual or post-red or the rationalist sphere or post-rationalist sphere of people, but also spiritual. It's like a whole melting pot of interesting people with interesting ideas. And in my local community, there's also very nice people that I love, of course, but I can't really spar with them on like the spiritual, intellectual, metaphysical topics. So it was really freeing to meet other people in that sphere as well, and I definitely got a good taste of it, spending a week together in Austria, hiking and things like that. So I want to do more of that. And it also was for me a really clear lesson that, like, on the other end of people you talk with on the internet, there's an actual person with beliefs and thoughts, which of course intellectually I know, but before meeting people, it's always like far away. So this has strengthen my other relationships with people on the internet that I haven't yet met as well. So it's really cool. So that's a really powerful insight, and I'm thinking how can I more tap into and share of myself and listen to other people in that whole community. So maybe I was thinking maybe doing things like podcasts, or a podcast sounds so suddenly a thing, but like just do conversations with people online that other people can see as well and hear as well, which doesn't necessarily mean it has to be a podcast with episodes in the series or anything. I did one with Rich and Gabe, Rich Bartlett and Vivid Void on Twitter, about like decentralization and bottom up or grassroots movements to like create a better world, which was really fun. We were mostly talking in the abstract sense, and we decided to maybe next time do a more practical how-to conversation. I'm looking forward to do more of these types of chats with people, but I wanted to have it like low. It doesn't have to be like super slick or whatever. To me, it's just, I think the conversations are what matters, and anything that is a threshold, like having a perfect video setup or anything, it's just a too much of a threshold. So just do the conversations. That's like a message to myself here. Another really cool thing is that I have the idea that I like found my thing in a sense. Like I've always been searching like what is the thing that I'm talking about all the time, in my writing, in my work, the startups I did, the things I journal down, all the ideas I had. I've gone from idea to idea. For a long time I had on my website like become your true self, which always felt a little bit off, but I didn't know why, but it was the closest I could get to it. I also had like a get out of your own way, which also, like it's almost a Venn diagram of like becoming your true self and getting out of your own way. But now I've more converged on, which is probably as well, maybe not the thing yet, but closest to what I feel is my thing, which I would put in just 4 words, is like play your own game, which I think carries the load of the others as well. So if you're playing your own game, then you're like being your true self. It's also getting out of your own way because you're playing your own game, which means you're not putting unnecessary challenges in front of you, because it's a play. It's not you're not sabotaging yourself. There's also a big part of what I've been writing about as well is like healing parts of yourself, or like accepting them and really, which if you're playing your own game, you have to have accepted some parts of yourself that are difficult, because else you won't be able to play your own game. It also it's the playing your own game is the phrase that is the actionable component of like meaning making. So I think, at least how I see it, is a big part of what we're doing here in life is like make meaning. That's on the one hand, that's we're doing by default. Everything that comes into our sense through our senses, we make meaning out of it. But you can also like do it consciously, make meaning in your life, versus trying to seek it all the time. And playing your own game, like having that agency, that's like meaning making. Meaning making is also, by the way, the title for my Substack, my writing currently, which I really like. But I'm not sure if I should keep it or just do like Jivan's newsletter. That's a story for maybe another video. So yeah, so what I was saying, words on writing that feels true to me, making friends, having conversations, want to do more of that, and finding like my thing, which I want to do more of in the next year as well. Okay, this has been long enough, I think. That's it, done. See you.